Good morning and welcome to this beautiful day. My name is Carrie.
I'm Janine.
And we are the Idea Ladies live here in downtown Langley at the Passionate Home. Welcome. If you were there, please say good morning. We love to know who's watching and where you're from.
Yeah. Please let us know.
Yeah. Candace is with us behind the camera. And we are here every Friday morning to help you create a beautiful life and to inspire you to try something new. And I'm kind of excited about today.
I am too.
Janine had a great idea. What are we going to talk about for the next 20 minutes, Janine?
Let's talk about revamping, rezhuzhing, organizing your front entryway, your foyer. Do you say foyer? Some people say foyer.
Foyer.
I call it my foyer.
Your entry? So the great thing is we have a retail store and people come in and they have their decorating dilemmas. Mm-hmm. I have this entryway. Mm-hmm. What do I put in it? And there's certain questions. Well, do you have kids? You know, yes. Is it functional entryway? Is it just a pretty entryway? How big is it? Mm-hmm. There's lots of things to consider. So we're going to give you we're going to give you lots of ideas, but kind of show you three things. And I love the fact that you came up with this idea because I don't know about you, but okay, this is my husband when he comes home. He's like, keys, phone, right? Like all this stuff.
Oh,
on our thing. So we have, yes. When you come into our house, we have a little music stand. And you open it up, and it has shelves inside and little pull-out boxes, little vintage boxes. And I'm like, this is where your keys go, and this is where your phone goes, and this is where the dog stuff goes. But no. It's all on the top.
Yes.
So tell me, does anybody else suffer? Where does Dwayne do?
Yeah, no.
Suffer? Are you suffering?
I'm suffering with all this stuff too. No, he's actually neater than I am. I'm the one that actually just throws my purse, my shoes. I usually have like 20 pairs of shoes, even though I have this beautiful closet and cabinet and stuff for all my shoes.
That's the other thing is shoes. Yeah.
I only clean that up when you're coming over. Really? So if you stop by, you will see my mess.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me take this out of the way.
But it is the first image of your home, and it deserves to be beautiful too. So, I mean, I think that once I clean up all my stuff, my space is pretty nice. I do. So,
is your space functional? Like, does everything have a spot, and you're just not putting it there?
It's true. I have hooks. I have a closet. I have a shoe cabinet. I have a bench, and yeah, it's a pretty big entryway.
So, in this case, you want to do what she says, but not as she does.
As per usual.
Do we have any friends with us? Yes.
Mike says, good morning. Can we talk about the master bathroom?
Oh, gosh.
That's next week.
Yes.
That's my private bathroom. Nobody sees that. Okay. Well,
she's messy?
Nobody's perfect, though we are going to strive to give you some perfect ideas today.
That's right.
The entryway. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the 5 things every room needs, and it kind of follows that same rule.
Well, definitely. That's every room in your home.
Right? Yeah. So if you didn't catch it live, you can go back. Candace, don't step 2 steps back or you're going to go down the stairs, just so you know. Yeah.
You can't watch that video, is what you were going to say, because it didn't record. Remember?
Oh, I forgot.
So I'll refresh the 5 things.
Well, no, it's in the newsletter. It's in the newsletter.
Yeah, we talked about what
we talked about them, but yeah, we did do a live and it didn't tape, so that's too bad. Okay, let's talk about, first of all, the size of your entryway. If it's huge, you can do a lot, but you don't want too much going on because you don't want it to be cluttered.
No.
Right?
Shouldn't have a sofa, and it's not a living room.
Yeah, well, you could do a sofa if that was the only thing, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
But not a sofa and a coffee table and things like that. So why don't we start with just this white, typical sofa table.
That's right.
Coffee table, not coffee. What do you call it? Console. Okay.
So this console table would be great in if you have a long space or quite a large space, because it's a little bit of a bigger size. But on here, you can use some baskets for storage underneath. So all your toques and scarves and gloves and that kind of thing, they're right.
You could show if you have kids' shoes, you could toss them into a basket that too.
Like flip-flops and slippers and, just things that are easy grab and go. Oh, Candace has got a little cough, sorry. Then you want some catch-all kind of stuff for those keys and the wallet and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm.
Watch how this works. Now it's pretty.
Yeah. And we have all kinds of beautiful wood pieces. You can have them with these little feet I love, right?
Yeah.
And then you can even have a few if you wanted to have his and hers, you know. And then you want different heights and different colors and some interest.
Well, your wallet and your sunglasses could go here, your keys could go here.
Yeah.
And these are all, and this adds the texture too, right? The warmth of the natural wood.
I like those three together.
Yeah.
I think that's really pretty. But yeah, like I said, we have lots of different ones. You want your wall space to be really nice too. So on this one, we thought maybe you could do a few different size, like almost like a collage of things. You could have a wreath and a mirror and a piece of art.
You need a mirror at your entryway because you got, you know, ding dong, and you just want to make sure there's nothing in your teeth or whatever when you go to the door.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty nice look. You could put a lamp in here. You can, you know, you should think about your lighting as well when you're coming into the house.
So this is your typical entryway, narrow console table that you can do a lot with. It's got lots of surface and lots of storage underneath. Now, what would you say if somebody wants to sit down and put their shoes on? Could you put a chair at the end if you have the space?
Definitely, right? A chair, a little bench, something. Actually, this one has quite a bit of space in there. You could have a little bench that tucks in if you don't have room and then pull it out, right?
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Because some people really, like, you know, if you're older and whatever, you need to sit down and put your shoes on.
I need to sit down. I'm not older. Come on.
Well,
do you sit down when you put your shoes on? Who puts their shoes on standing up? Well, I guess they're slip-ons, right?
Yeah, I usually am running out the door trying to cram my shoes on. I don't know.
And they're there by the door, not in the closet.
That's right.
While we're here, why don't we talk about this typical entry? Okay, be so careful, Candace.
Oh my gosh, Candace.
Yeah.
I love this kind of a piece, right? Like it keeps you all organized. It's so small and narrow. It fits anywhere, really. You can hang all your bags and coats and things, although I like to put those away if you don't want the clutter when people are coming over, not every day.
You could put a beautiful straw hat or a beautiful farmer's market bag.
Yeah, your Annie Sloan bag could hang there waiting.
That's right.
Purchase more. It's got the storage. This top lifts up, and then you can put all your shoes and things in there as well. I love it. And then it's got your mirror, so it's got everything you need really at your fingertips.
Well, you know what I was just thinking too is you could put. See this hanging basket?
Yeah.
What if you had a hanging basket that was empty and you could throw your keys into
that's
there?
Cute.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Your dog leash, everything.
Actually,
yeah.
You ask and I will give you. This one's empty. And then you could put all your stuff in there.
That's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's another really good functional. Lots of people are doing those built-ins, but this one is narrow, and that one's actually like on sale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or it's not on sale, but it's a really good price.
It's a really good price. So if you want this piece, it's $175.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So here is a different idea on an entryway. We have chosen a vanity. Vanity/desk.
Right.
It's done in more of a French style, but you wouldn't typically look at this and think, oh, entryway.
No.
Right? But we love to use things in unexpected places. And I thought it worked perfectly, again, because it was narrow. It has your place for your keys. Here we go. Is Mike watching? Look at that. You always know where they are. And out of sight, right?
Yeah.
And look at this.
I love this idea because this doesn't take up a ton of room. Your bench is there. You can pull it out more if you wanted a little bit more room. But it just tucks away when you don't need it.
And actually, there's enough room to put a small basket underneath each one if you wanted, right? If you needed shoe stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, I love how you styled this because here we are. I can put my stuff on the silver tray. So we're using Grandma's tray, right?
Love it.
Yeah.
And these candle holders are gorgeous.
What would you put behind this one?
So we have this mirror here. It kind of picks up on some of the gold highlights. It's like a champagne color. Highlights. So then if you hung this above, that would be really pretty.
It would. You could do it this way or this way.
Yeah, you could do it either way.
If you have a smaller entryway and you hang the mirror this way, it gives this.
Yeah, the height
makes it taller, right? Makes you look taller when you walk out.
I really like this chandelier was just here, but I really like that with that room as well. If you had a higher ceiling and you could put something like that in the center of the room, and because I don't know that you need a ton of light, you need light, but this one will give you some really neat shadows and stuff, right? This isn't the space you're going to do your makeup, so it doesn't matter if it's like kind of mood lighting. And then you have a lamp as well, so if you need a little bit more.
Do you have a lamp? What do you have in your entryway? You said
I have a chandelier, crystal chandelier hanging in the center.
No, but like in the furniture, do you have a whole buffet? Like that's another idea, is a whole
Yeah,
buffet.
you could do a buffet. Right now I have a pew, and then I have my cabinet and a big urn, because you should have a little bit of greenery or some flowers or something, I think, as well. So it's got some flowers.
Here we are. We have our olive tree.
And then, I don't know, you've probably seen, but behind my pew I have a whole wall of mirrors. They're all different gold, antique, and white mirrors.
Well, the entryway is a good place to display your collections as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Do we like this?
We love it.
Yeah? Awesome. Okay, now we're going to go kind of outside the box.
That's right.
This is for maybe a smaller entryway. This is,
This is
we can move over.
piece.
Yeah.
Because it's closed storage. It's got a lot of storage.
Oh, look, it has green paisley candles in
look,
it.
there's some storage.
This is reclaimed. Well, all of these have been reclaimed
reclaimed.
and painted with anti-sloan chalk paint, which sticks to almost any surface.
And you probably watched a previous video where Carrie painted this with less than a sample pot of paint. So for
Oh, look.
$19.25, she gave us a really great
There's my sunglasses.
update.
Remind me. Remind me
Yeah.
they're there.
Where were they?
Yeah.
This is kind of funky with these low lamps, right? You don't really think about that all the time, but I love how it just adds interest. It's different.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and we have, this is a huge mirror. I'm not going to lift it. It's quite heavy.
But it
that
would be huge.
beautiful above.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we thought we'd have some fun and show you some funky colors. Like for a funky entryway, you could add this, this is called furl. Obviously, you're not putting the coffee table in here, but we wanted to show you that you could add lots of colors together.
These colors together,
and then
I
a
love.
chair could go in beside this if you had the space. And the natural wood is picking up off of the natural wood that's distressed here. And really a fun entryway.
I love it.
Now, do you want to pick, what would you put on here for a catch-all out of the ones that we have there?
You could do any of them again, right? Like,
These are my notes. I'll put them over
you
here.
could do a long boat kind of one. I like this raised one.
I think I like that because if we're creating this kind of funky look.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had another idea. What if you were to have, if you had a smaller mirror,
Yes.
you could put an old shutter in behind here
Oh.
and hang the mirror on the shutter.
I love that.
And you could put a couple of other little S-hooks if you had a dog leash or you wanted to hang your keys. Like if this is kind of a funky thing,
Yeah.
then it would give you interest, right? And not too much depth because the shutters are so narrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like hanging a wreath in the middle of a mirror as well. So, you know, you just put that on there with an S-hook or whatever, some ribbon or some two-sided tape or something.
Yeah. That gives you your greenery.
Yeah, your greenery.
The window behind here.
Oh, yeah. Can you see
Yeah.
there? Probably pretty bright.
The one thing we haven't covered is carpets. Like, do you have a carpet in your entryway?
I do. I've got one right at the door, inside and out. So outside I've got my, you know, those typical rugs that we have downstairs. What are they even called? Just a doormat?
Cocoa mat?
Yeah.
Like a cocoa mat?
Yeah.
What are those mats called? We sell them. We have lots of them.
We have lots.
Yeah.
Mine says something about my space. Anyway, I don't know.
Come in where us is?
Yes. Come
Or
in
love
where us
lives here. That's probably yours.
I have the little plaque above the door too.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, and then inside I've got a little jute rug because it's low enough that when my door opens, there's kind of a hump and it has to pass that. And then I have a round jute rug.
She has 3 rugs. 1, 2, 3.
Foyer.
Yeah, it's probably at least 8 by 8. Maybe
I think you should definitely have a rug when you walk in for people to wipe their shoes, right? Wipe
Yes.
their feet. The opportunity to take off their shoes. Now, one of the things we struggle with is in the winter when you come in, where do you put your wet boots? And we ended up putting, we at first had like a boot, one of those
I have
rubber
one of
boot
those.
things.
Yeah.
But then we bought the vinyl mat that we sell here,
Oh.
and it's really beautiful. And so it doesn't absorb the water. I still have to mop it up, but it just
Okay.
looks better than the boot rack
Yeah,
thing.
that
I don't know.
would look way better.
Yeah. It would be better if we just came in the back door and then we didn't have to worry about it. But we have lots of carpets, and we
do.
were thinking what carpet could we show with each one, but a neutral.
Something neutral,
Is-
jute. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love that. We have one round 4-foot rug left. That's the kind that I have in there, and I love it. It's just kind of, from any
Changes
angle,
it.
it looks nice
Yeah.
too, right?
So also remember, if you're picking a carpet for your entryway, you have to be able to open your door and have it not slide, right?
That's
So it
right.
has to be low, or have a low one there and then a more cushy one if when you walk in, if you have that space. It'd be nice to have that space. Yeah.
I have no entrance.
No entrance?
You have no entrance. What do you do if you have no entrance? Do you put a hook on the wall, or are you just like, where are you throwing your keys?
There has to be some sort of a hallway, right? So I think hooks on the wall would be great. Yeah, if you had, like, what about like almost like a medicine cabinet idea on the wall so that you could put your keys somewhere. So they're just like in a little, something really narrow and on the wall so you can close it off.
All right. If you have any issues or questions about your entryway that we can help you with, type it in or come in. We would love to help you with that. And hopefully we've shown you 3 kind of different looks for the entryway. And we have quite a few, like Candace, can you show them that kind of green one? Lots of narrow console type tables in stock, and I think they're all on the website too.
Yeah, I think
Right?
so. Yeah.
But maybe today's challenge, since we gave a challenge last week, is to go and look at your entryway. What does that look like? Is it clean? Is it cluttered? Do I have a place to put my keys? Go home right now. And yeah, I often, like, I have a big demijohn on my, I try to cover the surface so that Mike doesn't put his stuff there, but somehow it just ends up all, around Band-Aids and just whatever comes in. But if we do our part to give beautiful spaces to put these things, maybe people would follow. Or if you have any great ideas on how do you keep your husband organized, your partner organized, let us know. Yeah. Was there any questions at all, Candace?
No questions. People are listening and watching.
Yay!
So thank you.
I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, how can I change up my entrance? Sometimes it's just the art, or sometimes it's just cleaning it.
Yeah.
Right? Because you come in, you drop your stuff, and you
It
go.
does feel so much better when I put away my shoes.
Yeah, it does. And I want to mention one more thing, is that you said you had a sign over your door. Is it when you come in from the outside of the house, or when you're leaving
When I'm
the house?
coming to the house, it's
Yeah.
above the door.
Above the door.
Yeah.
That's a cute idea. I used to have a note above the door when you left.
Oh.
And when, I'm going to cry, but my kids were at home, it said, "Be great today." So when you come down the stairs and you leave, it's just like that little message. So when we're thinking of art or signs, think of above the door. What could that say? Could it say something, or could it be a architectural detailed type piece?
Right, yeah.
Just I love how all in your home you've used the height. You've got antlers and Sid Dickens like way up there, like holy moly.
It's the most decorated house ever. Somebody once said to me, "You have stuff everywhere." I do.
You do, but
I love it.
you are gifted in putting it all together.
Thank you.
So yeah. What are we going to talk about next week?
Carrie wants to talk about folding towels and keeping organized in your
Towels.
towel drawer, your linen closet. So she's going to teach me a few more things because mine is very messy.
Will you take a picture of it and share it?
Oh my gosh, sure.
I'll take a picture of mine. Mine is not good. Before I leave town or I travel, I always organize my linen closet. It's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't and it's just funny. And also how to present towels in your bathroom, how you're folding them for guests and things like that. It's going to be fun.
It is. No, it's going to be fun.
You're not going to want to miss it.
Because I'm such a different person when people come over than I am how I live. But
I've seen her closet. So thank you so much for joining us today. Please tune in next Friday at 9:30. If you want to watch live, that would be great. But if you're catching it later, we're on YouTube. The link is on our newsletter.
it is. On our website, thepassionatehome.com.
Yeah.
TPHT.
And you'll want to get the newsletter for next week because there's an announcement coming next week on Tuesday. So make sure you get that. And yeah. Anything else? All the fashion's on sale, 25% off.
There's one of these dresses left. Just
Look
saying.
at how pretty she looks. Yeah.
It's 27 today outside, so I think it'll be nice and cool. It'll be great. You're in a dress too. Pretty.
Wear a dress today and look at your front entryway. And we hope to see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.